it's Lilith. So, at the start of the week, I played Marvel Rivals with Somatome, largely playing the Marvel Zombies mode. Yesterday, I played Repo with Victor and Makura. Tomorrow, I'll be playing custom horror maps for Resordom. And the day after that, I'll be playing Phasmophobia with Victor. So that's a lot of spooky games for Spooky Week. But not today. Today I'll just be playing my usual Rogue Trader. But hey, this is the grim dark future, and I never know what's coming for me, so maybe something horror adjacent will happen. We'll see. And hang on, oh no, don't tell me YouTube messages aren't showing up in my chat again. Okay. Well, anyway, let's get into it and see. So, what exactly is that? Watcher of Lephus. Huh. Human torsos built into the massive cogitator. Countless cables entangled the shriveled body and snake under the pale skin. Identification. Rogue Trader von Vankus. Initiating the final stage of Oblivion Directive. Oblivion Directive? Ragged Weed escapes the Vox grill, and the man's speech becomes more unambiguous. You have arrived at last, offspring. At last, everything ends. What? Go on, take the last step. Confirm the execution of the directive, and so doing, destroy Lephus, take its riches, and free me from this unbearable vigil. Explain to me what's going on now. You really do not know. Did she choose not to tell you, or did she not get the chance? It doesn't matter anymore. Yours is the blood of the dynasty, and so I'm compelled to give you this answer. The man announces in a mechanical voice, Supreme Ordinance, the arrival of the head of the Von Vankus dynasty. The purpose of extraction of the hive triggers the immediate activation of the Oblivion Directive by the Watchers of Lephus. At the moment of the directive's activation, the machine spirits of the initiation systems are bound in the Prometheus Proxima class Cogni shackles. The Cogni shackles cannot be removed by any means. The directive guarantees the Rogue Trader's acquisition of the planet's assets and the destruction of the Lephus, presented as being caused by the actions of the enemies of humanity. So, Lady Theodora intended to steal the tithe from the start. She arranged the world's destruction to cover her tracks, installed a servant to keep an eye on things, and even made a contingency plan in case of her own death. And all she needed was an opportune moment, like this one, with the expanse being torn apart, and the planet's death looks convincing. What Lisa's destruction this instant? I must refuse. The Supreme Ordinance states that if the head of the dynasty has declared the type's evacuation, I am to destroy the planet. You are the one who announced to the arbitrators that you are taking the tithe with you. The directive has been initiated, and the Cogni shackles placed. It can't be stopped. What if I simply kill you? Will that make it worse? I have a feeling it'll make it worse. Then you will change nothing. The directive cannot be stopped. The Cogni shackles, once applied to the initiation system, are unbreakable. accept your fate, offspring. I accepted mine long ago. What, you have consciousness? That's I don't think that's normal for a cogitator, right? Were you the one who intruded my conversation with Bridges prior to our landing on Leafs? Yes, I need to exchange codes with the flagship in order to identify the vessel and its owner. I had to sift through onboard communication channels and system to verify the new Lord Captain's data and her right to be one. You want me to claim the tithe for my own? I've long since been robbed of the luxury of freely expressing my thoughts. I'm merely quoting Feodora's plan. So what? But you just said moments ago you accepted your fate, but I don't think you did. I think you were just forced to. This qualifies for a culprit confession. Except the culprit herself is dead, and judging the creature would be pointless. Still, we must decide what to do next, Rogue Chair. Someone gives you a long look before continuing. If the Marshal learns the whole truth, it'll make things difficult for everyone. It's better that you redress Fedora's crime by sending the part of the type to support the afflicted worlds, the Expanse, and delivering the rest to the Administratum. I fully agree with you, I guess. Good. Enough complications for one mission. I still have questions for the Watcher of Leafs. Are you a servitor or something different? Something entirely different, offspring. A prisoner of my own mind and these machines. Do not let my mouth's speech deceive you. I'm only following the orders vested in me. The part of my brain that controls my ability to converse and hold the scraps of my personality was severed from my volition centers and locked in a cage of function limitations. So you can think for yourself or not. Calling it thinking would be an overstatement. Imagine a corridor with all the doors locked, except for one or two. That would be my consciousness. Yes, a dark, suffocating corridor with fading pictures of memory and nail scratches on the wall. Ugh, how horrible. Why were you consigned to such a terrible fate? I was a threat to Feodora's rule, and she had my brain dissected. Sophisticated sentence, to be humiliated, to live in suffering, yet continue to serve the dynasty, perfectly harmless. Absorb this lesson, offspring. That is how a rogue trader merits out punishment. You crave death. That is not typical for those who have no will of their own. What does it matter what I crave if I am doomed to follow orders? Yes, I need you to complete the Oblivion Directive and trigger the station's shutdown so that I can be set free at last. And yet, in all these years, I have done nothing but bring my death closer, and wait an eternity longer, suffering, but infallibly obedient. No other questions. Of course, you're welcome to prolong my agony for as long as you like. You haven't told me your name. Who are you? That is the one question I cannot answer. Feodora did not wish for anyone to learn the name of he who has become the Watcher of Lucis. Do you serve Feodora or the Dynasty? Because at this moment, I am the Dynasty. Oh, hi, Veiled. I didn't notice you at first. Yeah, doing fine. Thanks for a follow. Alpha, Zaha. Welcome to the Zombician Horde, 93. You have a point. I am but a servant, and the future of the Protectorate is in your hands. You are the authority, and I obey. I am Dareth von Blancus, Feodora's older brother, whom she turned into an amalgam of machine and man. Ooh. Why were you punished? As Feodora's senior relative and direct heir, I could lay claim to her throat, and I did. Duncan, I intend to kill her and declare search for her successor. And while it went on, to enter the warren's chamber to assume the rogue trade's title by right of blood, Theodora exposed my plan, execute anyone who had taken part in the conspiracy, and turn me over to a tech priest. How could Theodora... Well, I'm guessing records of him were erased. Had I been a legitimate child, yes, they would have written my name in gold into the diocese chronicle. However, my mother's origin as, well, other circumstances were damaging for House von Vlacus, and so my inclusion in the family hit a snag. Oh. When Theodora was young, I was brought to Dragonis to be trained for the role of Sensual. When she became the rogue trader, she refused to recognize me as her kin. She needed an obedient servant who wouldn't challenge her rule. Had I behaved myself, perhaps Theodora would have condescended to call me her brother and heir on her deathbed. You've yet to ask me how your sister died. I cannot ask questions about anything unrelated to my function. Now that you have brought up yourself, however, no. I do not want to know. If I heard that she had died by chance at the hands of an unworthy opponent, I'll be gravely disappointed. After all, I've always solaced myself by believing that Theodora was someone extraordinary, and only because of this was she able to beat me. Enough of that. I agree. The past best dredge up small quantities. I've decided what should be done with the tithes, so... Portion tithes will remain with me, and I'll see to it that finds its way to the world affected by the crisis. You are a better person than Theodora was. Do not take this as an extremely detrimental quality for a rogue trader. The rogue trader has spoken. The barrages will go where she has decreed, and the Watcher of Leafus has served his purpose. I had hoped I would feel relief. I know that it's there, locked inside my protocols, and she wanted me to know and do not feel. Watcher's head hits his sunken chest. Even at the moment of death, he was denied the elation of freedom. The red screens of the Conctave flicker, trying to process the influx of data, then fade all at once. Boom. Well, there's nothing that could be done about its destruction, but good to know that my efforts here weren't in vain. What's this? Hmm. Damn. Damn. Maybe I should bring Pascal back into the party. Or train someone. The Voxcaster hisses softly, drawing your attention. It seems someone has been hailing you for some time now. Lord Captain, your immediate intervention is required. The barrages you sent to Dragonis have been attacked by enemy ships that have just emerged from the warp. If they find us, the system's coordinates are classified. And we do not know, Lord Captain, but we are already working on it. What ships are they? They carry no identifying marks, and signatures are unreadable. All I can tell you is that they are of Imperial construction. Interesting. Prepare for battle. I am coming. Right. I don't think I've ever fought against Imperial ships before. Despite not entirely agreeing with their ways, I've tried to remain on good terms with the Imperium, so who are these? Wait, those are... Wait. Oh, those are our allies. What? Wait, so... What? I'm very confused. I wish a lot of Steam games would come to console one day. Definitely missing out on a lot of awesome games. Well... it's just kind of a shame that Steam machines died off. Don't know. Steam machines were basically Valve's means of basically a console-like computer that ran on their own Linux fork, Steam OS. But what seemed to have killed it off eventually was what was it called? A Steam Link? Which was essentially a way to run your computer, display your computer onto a TV via Wi-Fi. Maybe Steam Decks could... Steam machines would be a good in-between of gaming PCs and consoles. Well, anyway... let's see. Oh, but wait, I can... Oh, I'm stuck. Can't end the turn now, can I? What? I can. That was an awkward spot. More ships are arriving. And keep in mind the fact that this ship here is big enough to pretty much be an entire city. Just Imagine how big. Looking at the. Never mind for the scale. Imagine how big those ships actually are. Those tiny things think they can take them on. Hmm. Aha! I unfortunately don't have the money to get either. Love a game PC, but it's way too expensive for me due to the low income state of how I live. Oh, the rough times. Hmm. Right when everything just keeps going up and our state and income never changes. Yeah, that's the problem. Inflation should not just be for how much things cost, it should be for how much is earned too. Society's just fucked. Hmm. Aha. Aha. Boom. Nice. Hey. Guys are pretty easy to destroy, but where'd they come from? Raise shield to the front. And nothing in range. Hey. I feel too as well. That most people are having to work 2 or 3 jobs just to make ends meet. Boom. One really has to wonder what happened. When did people decide, hey, we'll hire less people? Hey, we'll make the price of things go up, but we won't make the amount of money people earn go up as well. What happened? At least where I live, well, it's not just where you live, it's in a lot of the world. Mm-hmm. Greece. It's very much that way in Australia too. When I go out in the sea, I'm seeing more and more homeless people. Somewhere. No, I'm not controlling the torpedoes yet. Still just ship. I take this. Greed. Oh. I thought you misspelled Greece. Saying that's where you came from. My bad. Boom! Take that. They're still arresting homeless people in the US. Yeah, what they're essentially doing is giving the homeless. They are giving the homeless homes in the way that's the most expensive for the state. It'd be far cheaper for them if they actually gave them proper homes. The solution to the homeless epidemic? Homes! Warp wave on. Hey, that's unbearable apparently. Mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard of a homeless person who deliberately committed a crime so he could go to jail so he could get healthcare. How fucked is that? More enemy ships are incoming. Oh boy. Where are they coming from? How do we stop them? Can we stop them? Reason why are they arresting them so they can make money off them. Ugh. Disgusting. Mm-hmm. People in jail and prison, the more money the government penal system gets. Well, there's a simple solution. Another alternative. Make homeless shelters and tax people to keep them running. Right. Boom. Ow. Oh. Wait a moment. Go a bit further. Changing course. Oh, no, you don't. You're not getting away from me. It's shut down here in the US. Happened. A lot of people will go hungry next month. One who's on Snap and Medicare benefit not be getting them from November. Oh. See, where I live, my governor sucks. He went back on his word. Those type of politicians are the worst. If you're going to be a cunt, at least be an honest cunt. Right, oh hey! I take the torpedoes there, they can do damage to that ship. Boom. Hi, Fuso! Let's see. No. No, leave the shields there. Oh, kaboom! And turn. Hey, where are you going? Fix some coffee, okay. Whoa. This spell's taking a lot longer than I thought it would. Oof. At least the mass convoys are still intact. And the Heartless. right. Oh, a lot of damage. Aha! Perfect spot. Hey, here we go. Haha! Managed to hit 3 ships. Kaboom! No, 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 you don't. Wait. See, anyway to hit. Yeah, What if I use new heading? Aha! You're not getting away from me! Okay. Right, fire! Oh, still out of range. End turn. I'm back. Welcome back. That one's almost down. Where? What are you doing? Where are you going? Nope, nope, nope. No, you don't. No mercy, no escape. What time is it over there? It's 2:15. I don't know if aha! Right, there we go. Warp wave. Aha! AM or PM. 2:16 PM. Can't wait for November 2nd. Time changes again. Yeah, I don't pay much attention to that. My state doesn't have daylight savings. See if my revival starts on the 14th next month. Boom. Changing horse. No, you don't. Don't let them get away. Don't let. No. What? Saying Rogue and Gambit will be the next heroes to come out. I could definitely envision Gambit in Marvel Rivals. Boom! Another one down. Right, take that and this. Kaboom. There's just that one left. We just have to wait and see when they put a reveal trailer out soon. So they didn't even come, like, those guys didn't even come to help with their me, they just passing through. Okay, so it's no. You're not getting away. Boom. Just got Captain America to Centurion rank earlier today. Nice. Never really pay attention to what rank the characters I play are at. There's a lot of things in Marvel Rivals I don't really pay attention to. But I still enjoy playing it. Right, so, aha! Finally, some torpedoes can be of use. Boom! My phone, we are going to... Hi, what's taking the end so long? Wait, so... Swearing by the throne, so you're with the Imperium? Unranked Coast Lord. Nope, 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 nope. You're not getting away. Boom. Okay. Ooh, didn't quite rank up. Reporting all enemy vessels destroyed. When will these upstarts get the message? You attack rogue trader, you'll be floating the void like a dead rat in a lower decker's soup. Who were they? Getting Lord's really nothing special. Basically just means you played a specific hero a lot. Well coordinated, equipped, signatures encrypted. Those weren't some nameless void rabble. They were professional mercenaries, Lord Captain. Who are they working for? How did they know where we were? The Vox relays the sound of high speed. Traitors. Some of them had infiltrated the crew. A dozen voidsmen, a few officers, and thrown even one astropath. The eyeless scumbag sent his mates the system's coordinates when we arrived. Their ships must have been patrolling this region in hopes of discovering leaflets. Hi, Kenny! Congrats on getting first, and thanks for checking in. Well, Trays, I wish to interrogate them. The Master-at-Arms handled the interrogation personally, and she managed to break the most reserved ones. In short, we learned they wanted to destroy part of the Tithe and retreat. Strange behavior for pirates, wouldn't you agree? The last one spat out a cryptic warning along with his entrails. By the time he got back to Drago's, it'll be too late. I don't know what that means exactly. And what are the barges? Successfully translated into the warp and are now on their way to the designated coordinates, Lord Captain. Report received. We are moving out. Marshal Statures must be told about what happened here. Very interesting. I'll repair the hull. But let me go to the bridge for a moment. What's that? Janice? My veteran and I are in need of training. Yeah. Okay, I should give you some training in tech use. Willpower, oh boy, I've already go down a few archetypes, not all of them, anyway. Thanks for the posture check. Base skill. Tech use. Hmm. So, characteristic training, okay, so I'll go for these, aha, hmm, otters, tech use. Mm-hmm. Fellowship. Mm-hmm. You have time? Whoop. Careless ways. Yeah, fellowship then. Like so. Add more characteristic training. Not really what I want. Links there. What's this? About. Stable roots. Okay, that's maxed up. Some law warp. Session then. Okay, so go for grand strategist again. Yep. Next, oh, front line. Aha. Item. What's this? tech use. Oh, advanced skill, tech use. All right. I'm... Intelligence. I will use that. Ha. Oh, okay. At fellowship. Okay, that's maxed out. Warp floor. Okay, next. Okay. Hmm. 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 Next. How about willpower? Willpower again. Zone. Hmm. 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 Okay. Now for exemplar. Hmm. Meditation. Hmm. Oh, had to fix cup coffee. Has gone cool over there yet, though? Getting cold over here, surprising. No one doesn't get this cold until about mid-December. Well, it's approaching summer here in the southern hemisphere. It was actually getting hotter. Well, it was, but then we've been getting storms, and then suddenly the temperatures start getting colder. So the weather's all over the place here. So, I just hope no. So go for that. Hmm. Hmm. It's okay. Now this work with. Hmm. Well, thanks for the follow. I'm a Jaya. Welcome to the Zombie Horde 93. um, this ebb and flow. What's That could be useful. Or, Let's go back to willpower then. On the contempt. Okay, mend reality, that could be useful. Sounds like where I'm from, however, is incredibly weird. Okay, there. And I think about bringing Mazahari into my pie more regularly. So I'll add some stuff to him. Let's see. Aha! Are they actually? Okay. Can I customize Rana? Am I understanding correctly? Wait. Well, actually, first, for shipping and transportation of it. Ooh. Yup. Right, so, hey, since when? Oh, reputation being maxed out. How about I trade the persons and yeah, have some holy gifts. Well, since reputation view is maxed out, buy all sorts of things from you now. Oh, I'll buy those. Any weapons? Factor too low. I'll say. Oh, Oh, hey. Trophies to sell for you. There's a little spy by ceiling that hasn't moved all day. As long as it's doing you no harm. Ooh. Avoid pirate trophies to sell to you. Hang on, dang. Wait. I need to that one first. Okay, so I'll go to my room and check out my familiar maintenance station. Hey, so, yes, I know about, but how do I use it? Aha! Okay, great. Okay, so there you go. Pretty sure it looks different from when I first saw it. Ah. Picking yourself to animal to appreciate your affection gesture would be folly. Yet, as you gently brush Ra's feathers, Love's head tilts one side, leaning into your touch. Oh, I thought it was biting me. Hmm, interesting. And what's this? So Chicago. YouTube just crashed me. Oh. Anyway, aha. So that was the Twitch rewards. Right. Okay, let's go. But to where is the question? I don't know. I really do not have much planned out. Have you romance other characters? Well, I apparently initiated a romance with Aerolite, yet I stuffed it up at some point. Well, there's... Suppose I might as well return to Drago's right there. Save that. Never get insight. Also, presume you're doing an iconoclast run? Yep. Right, swap out someone for... That's high. Wait, Nessie and Mazahari are only level 43. What? I thought everyone leveled up together. What? There's romance in the game? Yep. Right, so... Well, let's see. It doesn't like physical touch. I know. That's what makes her... really makes romancing her hard. You have to avoid conventional means of romance, so... I should know what to do then. She bought you gifts, Yes, I believe she bought me a... Yukari rifle of some sort. Yeah, from what I've talked with her, it seems I could have gone to... What she said to me, it seems I could have gone a romance with her at one point, but then I was stuffed up. I never thought romance was an option in the Warhammer 40k universe. I mean, how do you propose people reproduce then? Yes, the orcs and the ironkin reproduce asexually, but most species in the Dark Galaxy don't. Anyway, yeah, a friend of mine has successfully romanced Cabela and Azahari. Definitely seems to have a type. Oh, that's me. How about here? Okay, so... Aha! Warhammer just doesn't give off those vibes to me. Let's see, for a front line right here. He's 40k, doesn't... Attack. Oh. Easy. Mm-hmm. Ha 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 ha. Mm-hmm. We should try and get to the upper level. Hmm. Oh, place some bounties. And joint analysis. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. Aha. You're in the way. Some weaknesses on you. Mm-hmm. Alpha, take care of that thing. Mm. Mm-hmm. Woohoo! That did more damage than I intended it to. And you'll probably have to destroy that. Go any further? That will work. Yeah, just deal with that one then. Haha! Easy. Aha! Ulfa, go ahead. There. What? Oh, come on. How is that still an obstacle? Damn it. That was a waste. how about you move there then? It's 5 till 12 here. Fair to bed. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your stream and good night. If you stream there. Right, thanks for popping in, Veiled. Well, if you can't go up there, I will. Aha. Okay. And Hey, wait a moment. Oops, I thought I was controlling. Oh. Was Ulfa. Not yet. Next turn. And this is... Okay, you know those nuisances up there, right? Bang! Hey! Hey! Stop getting in the way. Stop blocking the ladder. Ow. Way mode. I could use abilities to get them away. So wait, what does this do? Aha. Oh. Move the front line there. And turn. Nice. Up to sniper rifle. Bang. And Bang! Okay, in turn. Hey, well, at least you're climbing down. Aha, death waltz time. Wait a moment, I'll be more useful if I'm up. Alright. Now, who else? Just you left. Hey, wait a moment, I could... Aha, I know! What are you doing? Okay, there. Touch the bodies. Some knives. Knives. More knives. Bit tired, but still here. Hi, Soul Hunter. Right now. Okay. Okay, yeah. One extra knife into the cargo. Mm. I'm back. Urgent report, Lord Captain. The barges carrying the type have been seized and are heading off into an unknown direction. Multiple sources are voxing the flagship at once. I take the signatures of several noble houses of Mistram. Who dared seize the types? Your reports, being the Adeptus Administram, received several official forms to the effect that Drago's orbit is currently deemed unsafe for type storage due to an unspecified threat that has sprung up on the world in your absence. What do the noble houses want? Messages have no discernible structural cause. Questions of loyalty, audience requests, even pleas for leniency. One thing is clear, Lord Captain. Something has agitated the upper echelons of the nobility. In other words, they're scared. What does the Administration message say? You're requested to come to the Palace of Justice in person. The prefect speaks of terrible heresy. Not the prefect. That is threatening the Von Blanca's protectorate. While you're away, steps were taken to prevent the spread of the corruption. However, your presence is required to make the final decision. Prefect Walter will meet you in person for a confidential conversation. Oh. Alright, if I must. As you will, Lord Captain. Convicts will be secretly resold to parts of the Cross Expanse. Right, so, House of Justice, and of course, Solomon has to come. Hello, you. Trail from Blackers. Welcome back to the Palace of Justice. Why were the Tithe barges detained? Due to recent suspicions of heresy concealing the sacred tithes, an emergency inspection has been initiated. Until said inspection is complete, the tithe will remain in the custody of the administratum for a term amounting to 145 planetary cycles and 17 solar cycles according to Drago's chronometry. Prefect peers your face. Her voice sounds strange, deeper, calmer, and less cantankerous than usual. Have you ever pondered the nature of heresy, Von Blancus? Perhaps in your mind, heresy is merely limited to Xenos, Warpspawn, and Surgeons. But there are other heresies, whose existence are more easily forgotten. Those of negligence, avarice, and confusion and disorder. Enough this nonsense! Answer me plainly. Okay, Lord Von Blancus. In accordance with the Administratum Decree 6487 by the Deputy Administratum, you stand accused of countless heresies against the sacred tithe and well-being of the protectorate. What? All alleged statements have been formulated and the evidence of your crime registered. Proceedings will commence as soon as your accomplices present themselves as the accused. A trial awaits you, love. Trial? This is my protectorate. I am the law here. I am the law. And it is this conviction that has turned you into a monster that, in its charge towards the abyss, aims to drag the whole realm down with it. Prefect's eyes seem to burn right through you. The gravity of your crimes is enough to expose you of your entire dynasty. Do not oppose the law, Von Blancus. Doing so will only serve to make your situation worse. So be it. Let's see what you have prepared for me. Prefect gives you a dispassionate nod to the arbiters behind you and turns away. So what am I being accused of? The Palace of Justice. Record keeping is atrocious. There's too much paperwork. And not all of it is paperwork. Some of it is vellum. Paper. In the name of the God Emperor, the Von Blancus dynasty stands accused of betraying the Imperium. So all, Prefect picks up a bang and administrative seals. The trial is public so that all may see the rogue trader's heresies and know that the status and power are no shield against the righteous punishment. Marshal Starches, you have the floor. State the list of crimes against Lex Imperialis that will be examined here today, alright? With practiced skill, Starches' voice reverberates throughout the hall. Conspiring to steal the sacred tithe. undermining legitimate authorities on the Imperial world, involving sorcery and damage to the Tithe, conceiving and executing plans to disrupt the whole sector-wide shipments. I deny the whole pack of... no, I suppose I'll try to continue, not interrupt the process of justice. Now try finishes listing of crimes. There's momentary pause in the hall. Let the record show that the defendant disregarded the opportunity to her given repent, which only adds to the gravity of her guilt. We'll proceed to the examination of the individual Tithe heresies committed by the defendant. Conspiring the captain of the Heartless to steal sacred Tithe. Upon arriving on Rhinos, the rogue trader aided Captain Sakura in lowering the Tithe onto his ship under the cover of planetary riot. The foreign flankers later eliminated her accomplices using Abel's force led by Procure Alpha. That's... okay. That's not true. I don't think. Procure attempted to appease the rogue trader's greed by offering the frigate known as Heartless in exchange for the safety of the Tithe. What? I had no idea about that. Then the rogue trader boarded the ship in an attempt to seize the Tithe. Her actions led to the death of a squad of arbiters. Procure Alpha alone survived the rogue trader's murderous ploy. The foreign flankers personally eliminated her accomplice, Captain Sakura, in order to destroy the evidence of her schemes. Prefect looks from Scar and sweeps her indifferent gaze over you. Do you have anything to say in your defense? You're talking nuts. Why would you respect for someone's capabilities? If he had wanted to rid himself of his abattoirs and steal Tithe, there's no way he could have stopped me. Joe cuts across Start's brow. Attempting to threaten rogue trader on her own vessel would have indeed been an impertinent choice. Then you charge me to record, attempting to manipulate an official. Marshal, I hope I don't need to remind you of your duty. But, so I'm not allowed to even defend myself, is that it? According to the calculation of the Tithe transferred from the Heartless, the administration was short 3 Tithe units of volume. It is presumed that the rogue trader did not risk seizing more in the presence of the Procure, but even 1 ounce unaccounted for makes the Tithe incomplete. Let's move on to Thasera. The world underpaid the appropriate Tithe amount, a crime that should have been remedied by the rogue trader is going Procure Alpha to that backward well. Procure, you hereby called to testify. Describe what happened on the planet. When we arrived on Thasera, the rogue trader and I were drawn into the machinations of the planetary governor. He used sorcery on the Emperor's anointed, but the rogue trader managed to overcome the effects of the ritual and do battle the heretic. The governor was executed, and we... A lie? Uttered in the palace of justice is serious offence, Procure. Therefore, retrieve recording Thasera A4 Alpha. Prefect nods to the marshal, who moves a device from his belt. The press of a button, and Glato responds with a sharp metallic clang. Cybermassive's paws carry him to scratches. Cybermassive's entire body begins to tremble, clawing up tiny sparks, and then he projects a picture from his eyes onto the floor. The footage depicts a scene from Glato's point of view. The quality is terrible, but you can make out the hall where the sculptor is conducting the sinister ritual. See Maeve interfere with the ritual, and the beam of warp energy connecting the two of you. You hear someone's command. The scene changes and you see Maeve, or rather yourself in Maeve's body, wandering through the streets of Thasera. The next clip brings you back to the hall where someone is firing on the altar. The events in the recording are echoed by a dragging pain in your muscles and a fog in your head. Pain flits across someone's proud face as look at his dog. You have used us as a tool against the rogue trader from the beginning. Such tricks and schemes are unworthy of the parties. a Emperor destroyed the heretical altar, and then a fight ensued in which the Psyker died. There's not a single shred of evidence that the rogue trader actually overcame this sorcery. More likely that the person done for us is a heretic and a creature of corruption. Minor Mother's consciousness have been switched back. I can summon her here and she will confirm everything. Any servant of yours would say whatever is necessary to carry favour with the person wearing the rogue trader's face. Her testimony holds no weight in this case. Much is embodied my own. Any psyker capable of mind reading can confirm it. Match arches an eyebrow. You must be confident. You are offering yourself up for examination by a psyker. Marshal! Well, why not? There's to her at the doggy. That seems a reasonable request, don't you think? If you have the ability to read minds, confirm something is true or not, and someone's offering it, then why not use it? Old woman stares thereafter without blinking, as if hypnotizing him. Finally convinced that the marshal's conversation was over before it even began, she returns to her papers. Prefect leafs through a few pages in a folder. The court also takes note of the pernicious effects of the rogue trader's handling of the Emperor's servants entrusted to her by her authority. Since arriving from Facer, the rogue trader has done her duty by passing judgment on several subjects within the walls of this hallowed hall. She picks up sheets of notes and wrinkles her nose. Contents at the doleful host's fanaticism and the loss of a valuable astropath resulted in the appointment of a new choirmaster. The same day, he lost several messages of utmost importance, sparking a war between two criminous expanse worlds. As of now, one of those worlds has been completely destroyed, and the other deemed uninhabitable. Give me a fixed scroll that carries the Alcassi seals. Allow me to read out the decision of the honored representatives of the St. Durst mission. We ban the one who dared subject others a holy voter of the faith to a martyr's death, and a heretic and associate to the evil of every kind. Ulmos, deemed to be alive, committed a transgression of such hardness in running his family enterprise. He released all his convicted workers and terminated the contracts with his primary suppliers, citing their moral qualities. His actions resulted in 12 kilotons of undelivered food rations for several recipients. First, the administration is unable to do its duty and ask for help, and now it has the audacity to criticize the verdicts of the rogue trader. Prefect, your accusations do not merely cast aspersions on the competence of the administration, they challenge the sanctity of the decisions of the Emperor's anointed. I cannot predict the future. Poor outcomes possibility in every case. If I had chosen a different path, the prefect would still have found fault with it. The objectives of bodies never hesitate in passing judgment, for the Emperor guides the hand that fulfills its duty. The rogue trader delivered judgments as was her charge. Therefore, her decision is blessed by the God Emperor. Marshal, enough! A single muscle twitches on the prefect's face. Her eyes blaze with barely suppressed annoyance. Moving on. The defendant was placed in an unprecedented position. I think the Space Marine would vouch for you. The defendant was placed in an unprecedented position of trust by the Adeptus Abis and the Administratum. He was entrusted with her coordinates of the world where the tithe of the entire cross expanse was held. As agreed, the defendant was to transport the sacred tribute to Dragos. But what did she do? Marshal snaps his fingers over Glato's cell. The cybermastiff flinches as if from a bolt shot, but obediently plays another recording. Recognize Solomon's voice. So, Lady Theodora intends to steal a tithe from the start. She arranged the world's destruction to cover her tracks. Install a servant to keep an eye on things, and even made a contingency plan of her own death. All she needed was an opportune moment, like this one, with the expanse being torn apart. The planet's death looked convincing. Life theft. Orchestrated by Theodora von Packers. committed by the defendant. Missed by Proctor. What? Oh dear. Well, I guess I might as well tell the truth. I set a portion of the tithe for rebuilding of the expanse. Will serve people better than leaving it to rot in your coffers forever. The sacred tithe is not intended to be used by anyone other than the Adeptus Ministrum, the deliverers of his will. The judge does not turn to look at Scribia, but you have no doubt about whom he is addressing. The Adeptus Ministrum, like the Adeptus Abies, only oversee the allocation of the tithe. I do not need to remind you of that, do I, Prefect? The old woman snatched up the next parchment. How good of you to speak up, Gregorus. As an addendum to the proceedings, we will be examining the heresies of Solomon Archer, resulting in his moral failure to oppose the creed of the heretic von Blancus. Something inside Cleo clicks, and Solomon's voice begins to play. If anyone told me before that I'll be thinking about things like that, I probably would have gave their face in. But the truth is, I no longer see heresy in such thoughts. Marshal learns whole truth will make things difficult. Try coercion. Someone is his own master. I do not choose for him, but I think that an arbiter of tens can so easily be broken by a past censure, then insult the very core of the Adeptus Abies. Yeah. Attempting to manipulate the marshal's sense of professional pride. Record added to the case. Well, the proceedings are nearing their conclusion. Prefect looks round the noble dragoons gathered in the hall. The record of sins and heresies presented to the servants of the God Emperor has revealed the rogue trader's true essence, and the verdict is grim. For thoughts and deeds were not bent toward the service of humility, but to the indulgence of own greed and pay ambition. Today you are here to witness an act of righteous judgment, and the downfall of the von Blancus dynasty. House of Dragoons, do you reject the authority of this heretic? Governor, if I might interrupt, Mr. Hunter, other advice from Governor Dragoons, visibly nervous at the sight of armed arbiters, nevertheless raises his head haughtily. We are much obliged to you for arranging this gathering. Emphasis on the last word. No doubt that the noble's presence here is involuntary. However, all that has now taken place here does not change the facts. House von Blancus holds a warrant of trade. House von Blancus, the rogue trade dynasty, and no amount of legal contortion will change it. House Rivesims is loyal to the rogue trader. Cabinet makes sign of that quill. No shadow shall fall upon the name von Blancus or eclipse the reigns of the beneficent rogue trader line. Whatever your mechanical dog may say, House Garpack is loyal to the rogue trader. Alright, good. I have people on my side. Mike Solback's unpleasant face twists into a smirk. I'll be the first to condemn the rogue traders of the first expand for their flagrant disregard for the law. Only I do not purport to pass off my opinion as justice. Al Sorback is loyal to the rogue trader. What? Error, speaker, what? Is that... I'm guessing that means couldn't get the name right. Clement Western. Okay, so his name is Clement Western. Looks straight at you as if he does not even exist. She makes a sign of that quill and speaks in a low voice. House Western is loyal to the rogue trader. Allow me to address you, even though I am not of the first families of Dragonus. Rodko Jaeger. Adeptus Abdi's anxious outpost. The von Blancus made every effort to not only save the tithe, but also the Abdi's conscience station on Lethus. I propose that such an act would have been entirely nonsensical if the roadchair was intent on simply stealing the tithe. End of report. Prefect Voltus stiffens, and so what she just heard has come as a very unpleasant surprise. Her slender fingers grip the armrest of a chair, knuckles cracking. This world as denizens are rotten to the core. Prefect strains her in her chair with such force that you hear the adverse grinding of her implants. Her voice is cold and slightly tremulous. Listen to this background for a few minutes and we'll be back, alright? Decree GC 781-89, supplement 982. For tithe theft, participation in foul sorcery, and other crimes against the Imperium, all from Vicus is sentenced to death. The property of the diocese is hereby confiscated and placed under oversight of Deputy Ministram. Any last word, convict? Hmm. Arbiters, voter, and Stratch believe the Lex Imperial Hours to be a collection of letters and forms to be played with as they please. They believe you must blindly follow their orders. But whom do you defend? Humanity? Or these prefects? I call upon you to stand with me in the name of humanity, not the source machine of the Administratum. Uncle Simon. Suddenly, one by one, the arbiters raise their weapons, point them at the marshal and the prefect. Anyone who dares to join the heretic is condemned to death. Marshal, carry out the sentence. Oh boy. Uh-oh. Oof. So, I get to kill the prefect, huh? Goody. Where is she? Where is that bitch? Seriously, where is she? Oh. Okay, right there. We're coming for you. But we have allies. Thankfully, the stairs are wide enough for him to climb. Okay, let's begin. Is the rear there? And the back line here. Alright. You're in my way. Enter. I've returned. Welcome back. Taxation. Wait. Peaceful expenditure of ammunition. Targeting tag must be dealt. So, single target must do at least 3 times the minimal weapon damage. Okay, so. They saved the last bounty for. Prefect. Damn. Oh, damn. Damn. Shit. Oh boy. Ulfgar! No, you're in my way. You're in my way. How about we just go up to double stupid. Can we destroy those? So I... Hey, I know. Good one. Where's Solomon? Oh, how about you? Oh. And turn. Flash from an attack must not affect any creature, what? There we go. Hey, there's a blood splash, so... So... What? Damn! Wasn't sure whether that how I prove otherwise. What? I don't understand that accusation. Again, this is all nonsense. Right. You're in my way. Mm. So do you want me to not have blood? I'm very confused. Well, anyway. Hmm. Die. Okay, the cavalry has arrived. Right, you're here to help me? Ouch. No, not the dog. Use a consumable item, okay. Alright then. So all I have to do is... Oh, you... Wait, you're, you're on their side? What? But didn't you say you stood with me? What? Right, here we go. Oh, but you hadn't even finished off. Okay, well, go back and forth between them. Okay, well, use acrobatic artistry. Come on your way. You're in my way. Okay. Must deal same instances of damage. So I think I get what to do here. Oh. Okay, so that's one. Okay, and that's also... Okay, so what? I don't get any of the... I don't get any of those. We did the same... What? Well, use different... Okay, that... I can do that. Hmm. Wait. I get a controlled shot. Okay, how's that? Ha-ha! So, are you an ally or an enemy? Enemy, but did you hear my speech? Why are you standing with them? I thought you said you stood with me. I don't understand. Oh boy. Mm-hmm. Mm. Die. Die. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Yeet. Mm-hmm. Rawr. And again. Damn. Fight. Yeah. Ha ha. Hey, you next. Have a good night, love. Hey, see you, Soul Hunter. Work never stops. Alright. Your turn now. Hmm. Wait, no, no. Oops. Can you crush the paper pushes for me? I'll try. You just don't get what the point of why those guys fighting against me when they said they were stood with me. Huh? Will you guys stand with me instead of against me? Even the pirates. No! Oh boy, this doesn't look like it's going well. Oh boy. Mm-hmm. Oh boy. Up to Cabela. And wait. Aha! Use blade dance against a single target. I can do that! Okay, there we go. How tough is that glass? Okay. Deal 2 or more instances of damage. I can do that. This is way more than 2 instances. How do you like that? Okay! Seems like the only way to win is... Hey, how about... Aren't they guilty of the crime of attacking their own? Hey, any more accusations? No? Die! It seems like they're killing each other. Die. Using Alpha. Oh? Oh. What do you accuse him of? It's all up to Alpha now. Okay. Misuse of purchase. Okay. Okay, how about that? Ha ha! Mm-hmm. Now it's turning on you. Oh boy. Oh boy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You're doing more damage to your allies than to me. Ha ha ha! Fuck yeah! Hey, so killing the Qs also makes it fire on the glass. Finish you off. Mm. How about this? Oh, come on! Right, how about now? Finally! And turn. Yeah, focus on the accuser then. Let's wait for. Alright. Oh, fuck off. Right. I know that's beneficial to attack you. Alright. Surely that can't take much more. Hold up, let me see. Looks like it needs just one more. Looks like all the accusers are dead. definitely reload. Right. You bitch. So you finally do something, huh? Just cower behind the glass? No. Mm. Oh boy. Oh no, he's down, but not out. Oh, how was I supposed to? I couldn't do anything. Wait, but oh, it took pity on me on account of the fact that I couldn't do anything. Whew. But I don't think Ulf has much of a chance now. I really was not ready for this. I just don't get why all those factions are turned against me when they say they stood with me. Oh, you're back. Mm-hmm. 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 Marshall's almost dead. Come on. Ouch. Next. 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 Come on. Get to my turn already. Mm-hmm. Ha ha! This is planned. They're killing each other off. And maybe I might be able to make it out of this. Okay. Choose different target for each of your attacks. I can do that. Mm-hmm. Okay, how about that? Mm-hmm. So wait, but I thought. Oh, so. Ha 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 ha! You're gonna get it now. Prefect Vulture Volta kneels before you. Scores of fragile implants all over her body are twitching, convulsing, giving him the appearance of a crushed insect. Marshall Stratch's gaze is firm as ever. Not one muscle quivers in his hard exterior. Even taller in the feet, compared to the others, he appears as an indestructible pillar of rock. The prefect lets out a cough, then an unnerving smile appears on her lips. I at least had to try. I served the von Vanker's protectors faithfully for over 100 years, painstakingly cultivating order where others had failed to do so. While you and your ancestors sowed anarchy and havoc with your ever-changing whims, I stood at the linchpin that kept this domain from sinking into criminal disarray. Because of me, that this gargantuan system continued to function with bare flaw. A source of disruption was you, okay? Yes, at least I had to try. Prefect Vulture, for attempting to slander and kill one of the Emperor's anointed, and for encroaching upon the Imperial Tife, I hereby sentence you to death. Prefect Vulture gives no reply. She meets her death with her head proudly raised and her lips pursed in contempt. Good riddance. Without waiting for you to address him, Marshal Scratch does not plead but to give you an order. Judge me, love. Now that the dust has settled, I can see everything clearly. Volta used me and the Adeptus Rise in an attempt to seize control over your protectorate. I thought my actions were in service to the Lex, but in truth, only one person's empathy for them. My mistake deserves no pardon. I've earned my punishment. Well, if you insist on a punishment. This came across as your surprise jury thumbnail. Hi, Mad Italian. Unfortunately, I'm just about to wrap things up. But anyway, this guy demands a punishment, yet he saw the error of his way, so I'll give him a merciful punishment. Marshal Gregory Such, taking into account your record of past achievements, I hereby deny you your execution and sentence you to punishment by toil. I appoint you High Overseer of the world of Members 6. That is where you will remain for the rest of your life. I consider this measure unduly lenient, but I have no right to protest your decision. The Marshal brings himself close fist to his chest and adds solemnly, for your judgment is final. Scratch sets shield down, detaches carapace, and places it over the shield. Now clad only his unsuited uniform, he looks small without his armor and very tired. I, Marshal Gregor Stott, am stepping down from my post. I am no longer fit to wear this armor. May its new wearer bring honor to the Lex. Right, so this room stands still. All eyes turn to you. Father, what will you say? Not just steps of lives, but of justice in the first expanse as a whole. Let's see. So, Draggers, By my right, and the bearer of the warrant of trade, I hereby disband the Adeptus Arbanis. All members of this organization are henceforth outlawed and stripped of the right to judge my subjects. From this day forward, the Cross Expanse has but one executor of judgment and law. Me, Lil von Blancus. Someone goes quiet, as a statue, slowly, in a voice that does not sound like his own. He says, Order received, Roche. Justice is done. My judgment is made. Among the broken fragments of the great scales and the burning abyss banners, people near as one. The verdict has been announced. Whatever future may hold, one thing is certain. The first expanse will not be the same. You're all to leave. Right, that was quite the event. Okay, and that's a pretty good note to end on. Right, I'll just wait a moment. Yeah, just a raid on Twitch, on YouTube as well. Let's see. How about the Blue Huntsman playing Good Night Abyss? Alright, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. See you all later. Bye!